Hi, I'm Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't already done so, I would truly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. So today I have a fun, creative insert that I am making to track my home projects that I need to get done. And some of them are just small projects, laying around the house that I hadn't done yet. And then others are going to be bigger projects. So I plan to use, and as you know, if you've watched my videos before, I change things up midway depending on how things are going with what I'm creating and what I'm feeling. So my plan for today is to use the Functionally Chic Green Blooms from Live Love Posh. And then I also have some Tombow markers that are, let's see, $9.77 and $1.92. And then I just have my fun little spring boot with my highlighters in it. I'm just going to kind of tuck this off to the side. And then I am going to move this out of the way and get out my paper. So the paper I decided to use is a Happy Planner paper. And I was gonna go with a different paper originally, but I wanted to just have this blank slate so that I can really get the vision that I had in my mind for it. And it's kind of based off of loosely a tracker that I had made in my bullet journal when I was doing bullet journals and my Stology. And this is my Chunky Little Monkey Stology. And what I'm gonna do is my idea is loosely based off of this tracker here that I created, which is, this one here is a books. And as you can tell, I haven't filled any in. I kind of got away from my Stology and I don't read as often as I probably could or should or even want to, but that's another point. My, excuse me, my intent is to use this shelf system idea in my tracker that I'm going to create for today. So let me just grab a quick drink here. I had some fruit and I think I had a strawberry seed in my throat. Okay, let's get started. So I have my intent with this is to do on the front my inside projects that need to be done. Flip it over. I will then on another time create a project tracker for outside because we have a lot of things outside that we want to do and that need to get done. But for today, we're only going to do the inside one. So I plan to use these stickers and I kind of went with, let's find it here. Again, in case you hadn't seen these, I'm just going to flip through them quick so that you can see how pretty these greens are. Like they're perfect for spring. Yeah, see how pretty these all are? And you got boxes and squares and functional stickers, lists. So these are the stickers I'm going to use for today. Just flip through the rest of them for you. I get that one and then some leaves. Okay. So, and as you know, I most likely won't use all of the stickers, but I'm just going to take out this sheet so that it's, I'm not cluttering up the desk space or my workable space, let's say. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is, I'm going to start with this pretty little window down here. And I'm going to get that on the paper to start with. So I had come up with this idea to do this because I was standing in our kitchen realizing, because we had just done our own, I guess you can say DIY kitchen remodel. And I realized there were just like some little things that I had forgot to do or hadn't done yet. So I kind of just wanted to make sure I got to them and that they just didn't fall between the cracks like they have so far. So this is that was the purpose and what I thought about when doing this. Plus with spring here, I heard the birds singing this morning and I was just eager to get working on, you know, outside the gardens and everything else. So that's what inspired this. Now, because this is an edge sticker, which I love, it goes right to the edge. I think it's just a smidge crooked. And I don't want to rip the paper. Oops, that was a little bit too much. These bigger stickers, no matter where they're from, are always a little nerve-wracking because there's so much space you have to account for when you're handling it. I hope I got this on straight. Let's see if I can do it this way. Oops, and I can't. No. All right, I'm just gonna go with what I've got here. I just don't want any bubbles. I'll just let it be whatever it is. Because it was starting to pull up over here. I just put it down too quickly. But I still love the look of it. And then to anchor my page for my idea, I'm gonna get one down here as well. I was undecided if I wanted to put it right over to the disc area because I don't know if I want to punch any part of it, but let's see how it goes on. So, you know, as I was saying, I have all these little kitchen projects to finish, you know, like painting a trim or in a certain area or something of that nature. And we also repainted our powder room. So, you know, there's just all these little projects that kind of added up, and I have kind of forgotten them because, you know, they're so small. They just kind of disappear into the day. All right, let me just check quickly. See, if I put this right over to the edge, which would look nice, it would cut out some of the image. So I really don't want to do that. So I'm just going to line it up to the dots along the edge as close as I can get it. I'm going to assume the dots are straight because that's what I'm going to use. And then I'm going to trim off the bottom here, just so that I have a clean edge on the sticker. Okay, so now what I was going to do, before I can add anything else, I needed to get my shelves in. Now I have letter stickers that I could use for, I'm going to put on here a title, Home Projects. And I have stickers I could use, but I kind of wanted to try doing some lettering. I've been kind of lax in practicing my lettering, so I was thinking of, I got browns and greens. So I think what I'm going to do, I may leave that for the moment only because, well, you know what? Let's just do this. Nothing wrong if something goes wrong. So let me see how much I want to do because I need to make sure I have enough room for my shelves. So let me just, let me mark this with my pencil quick. Because I definitely don't want to go too far. I'm going to mark with my pencil. All right. So I got a little mark here, which tells me, is that let me think. I have a little template that I'm working off of just because I had to decide how I wanted to lay it out. So that's going to be the top of my shelf. So that tells me I have this much space to do my home projects. I'm going to do home projects title in it. So that is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay to this line here. I'm going to just kind of make it a box. Let's see. We'll do, it's only 4 letters, so H. Well, it doesn't really look like an H just yet. So I'm going to do this. H. Let's see how well this works. O. I did no measuring. I don't need it to be that precise for me to be satisfied with it. Then I'm going to take my micron. Just make sure they're both in a black color. So I have both a pen and an 01. Let me see if I've got a piece of paper I can show you the difference between the two. I don't know if you'll exactly see it, but let me try and show it to you. So this one here is the pen. This is just going to be a quick and dirty lettering. So there's the pen. I mean, they're not that much different. It's just one has a thicker, the pen has a thicker tip to it. So just quick and dirty, you can see that the pen is thicker. But for what I'm going to do on here, I am going to use, I think, the 01. So this one I'm going to use to kind of just give this, the home lettering a little more definition. So I'm just going to do this. And the nice thing about the micron pens is they work great over any kind of brush pen or marker. I just give it like a few minutes maybe to dry, and then I can easily go over it. So the other thing I wanted to mention, since I'm not sure why I didn't think about it before, which is on the blog, behindthedesigns.blog, under the Hello menu drop down for Shop My Posts, I did just list some of the more favorite nail polish colors that I use in case you were interested in picking some up for yourself. So next I want to do projects. I still have a lot of room, but I'm not going to worry about, you know, making it that big. I think what I'm going to just do here is probably just a script of sorts. So I think I'm going to do this way. I just get quiet when I letter. I'm still here. I have to concentrate. Okay. Didn't space exactly how I want, but again, it's nothing to worry about. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is start building my shelves, which I'm going to use, for sure I'm going to use this, which is the 977 Tombow pen, and it's brown. And I'm going to put, at the moment I have shelf 4 or 5 shelves, probably like 4, because I don't think I'm going to separate them. So let me do this so that I make sure I get them where I need them. So let's see, I'm going to use my little template because again, I pre-measured only because I didn't know how much I can get where, and I wanted to make sure I got all the, because I'm going to do it by area. So let's see, we're going to do this. And we have one here. And then I've got another down here. Let's see. Okay. Now, this is my, of course, imaginary shelf. What I need to do first, though, is erase these pencil marks, because I will be putting some stickers down, and I don't want those in the way in case I accidentally hit them somehow. Okay. So now I'm going to use my green pen, and what I'm looking to do now is, you know, the idea is that these are the little brackets that hold up the shelf, but they're really just going to be a line that I'm going to use in green that's going to tell me what each area is for, and I'll write in the green marker area. because I had a plant spacing issue, let me get a few plants on here. Because, you know, a shelf isn't a shelf unless it has some plants. So let me take this one. And I think I'm going to get this one on here. And I'm going to square off the bottom. I don't want it to cover, even though it's clear, I don't want it to cover the shelf too much. Hopefully I miss my words, which they're clear, so again, no problem. All right, get those out of the way. And then if I ever have the need to, now let me first preface that with, right now my projects will fill the areas that I'm planning on, but should they need to be more, I can always add in another, say, half page, and then, you know, decorate it the same way, put a new room on there or more rooms or what have you. So right now this is really just first floor projects that I have to do. And then I'm next going to grab this one. And that's the beauty of Happy Planner. You just can't beat the fact that you can, you know, expand it and customize it. You know, there's just no comparison. Which is probably why I always keep going back to Happy Planner, because I love that fact, because I'm forever changing up, moving around. And that was the problem with my bullet journal. I wasn't really able to do that because I just want to make sure I get this on straight. I wasn't really able to do that because the pages are where they are. You can't move them around. So like if I got, right now this is going to go into my home projects or my extra pages in my personal book, which is the black cover. But while I'm talking about that, we are heading into April, and I wanted to tell you that stay tuned to my channel. I have a little change up coming for April, and I think it's a great idea that I've come up with. So stick to the channel. Make sure you turn your notification alerts on, because you'll definitely want to see how I'm changing up my planner. And I think you're going to love it just as much as I know I'm going to love it. All right, so yeah, you know, the funny thing about that was I thought of this one night just before falling asleep. And I thought, it's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that before? So I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to share it for you. I'll be doing that next week. That video will post up, so make sure that your notifications are on, because you're gonna love it as much as I know I'm gonna love it. So what I'm gonna do is I need to extend this one shelf, because I am putting this one plant right to the edge because it is an edge plant. So let me do this. The shelf's a little off now, but that's okay. No big worry. Oh, let me move this now. And yeah, so anyhow, I had come up with this idea right before falling asleep one night. I assume it was right before I fell asleep. And I'm so excited for it. I kind of mocked out my idea, you know, got a layout, did some, you know, paper tracking, and I'm super excited about it, as you can tell. So I'm just going to see if I can, I'm curious if I'm going to be able to cover. Yeah, it's not working too well on the Tombos, but that's okay. I was just mainly testing it. I wanted to see if my Jelly Roll pen covered that. And again, no big deal. So now that I have some plants placed, I'm going to use my green marker, Tombow dual brush pen, which is 192. And I'm going to put those anchors in place for the shelf, which will actually become the headers to my sections. So I have one here. And then this one here, I think I'm just going to do 2. Because that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, perfect. And it's not meant to be, you know, super realistic about it. It's just a fun, creative way to track the things that I'm forgetting. So I'm going to put, let's see, Micron. I think I'll use the Micron 01 just to stick with the thickness of the pen. And you probably hear the garbage truck out there. So what I'm going to do first, because I'm going to start with the one room that really could use some updating, or really could use finishing this off, because it'll really make our powder room great. And now the dog's barking, in case you didn't hear that either. The garbage truck is going by and she's losing her mind, so it's just what she does. So I'm just going to get some of these out of my way quick so that I can work. Okay. And I may throw another plant or two in. I don't know that, I may have one more I can use. I might be able to use this one here, but let me get my headers in here. And then my only other thought was how I was going to use, like, was I going to use bullet points, or I'm going to look in the book for that, see if they have a color I like. So I'm going to do, this one is Powder Room. And if I stop talking, you'll hear the dog barking even more. All right, so this one here is going to have, I'm going to fill this out on while I'm filming. I'm going to fill this out right on the camera or video today, not camera. Let's see, then I have the kitchen. And I'm just doing a simple, straight font in here. Nothing special or spectacular. Just good old-fashioned handwriting. And let's see, kitchen. This would have to be, actually I'm going to make this the living room. So these are sort of the first floor projects. We also have a pretty rainy day out today. There's something about a rainy day that's just rejuvenating, at least for me. I know not, now I say this with, you know, the caveat that I really don't like being out in the rain per se, but I love how the rain just feels renewing. So let's see, this one here is going to be the dining room. We have a the dining room that's sort of opened or into the kitchen and vice versa. So they're kind of one room almost. And one of the things in my dining room, I'm trying to make sure I write before I talk so that I don't misspell my words because I'm distracted. I had recently seen a show, one of the shows for Magnolia Lane, Chip and Joanna Gaines, and I loved this wall that she did, and I think I'm going to try that in my dining room. I think it will look really pretty, so that's going to be on one of my projects. And then, let's see, living room, dining room, and then I'm going to put hallways only because the hallways that we have, they're all the same color, and the color needs to be updated. It's a little dark now. I've changed how I like medium tone, and then now I'm just looking for light and bright. So I need to update those hallways. And since they're all the same color, I'm just going to put them all under one. Okay, so now we do have on the first floor a laundry room, but I did not put that on here because that is a that's a project all in itself. It's never been painted or touched up or anything in all the years we've been here, so that's just going to be something that I'm going to have to do as a whole other sheet. So let me check these. I'm still debating if I want to do bullet points or if I just want to use the green pen. and just make some marks. Because if I use these, although they match these, they're going to be a different color. I do like some things to match. So I'm going to check. I think all the greens are, again, the greens go with the stickers, but I think I'm going to just do the green marker. Now I may not get this all done, but, so let's see. We have in our powder room, I wonder how big this dot is. Let me see, because maybe I'll use the other end of it to do a dot. Just a simple green. I like that. Just a simple dot instead of all the lines. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 projects in the powder room. I may have to make this a little bigger. I'm going to skip every other line, just in case I write big, which I do sometimes. Okay, so our powder room has 4. I'm just gonna, stick with my micron. And I'm gonna put away my micron pen just so I don't grab the wrong one. I've been known to do that. So we have for the powder room, we have I'm also known when I do my writing, I'll sometimes start printing and then I get into cursive. It's just a thing I've always done. Let's see, we're going to touch up. And to keep the font a little different, I'm not doing all capital letters. I'm going to just do lowercase. See, touch up paint by Sync. And okay, so I think I have finished my list at the moment that I know of. And I do think I want to add another small one down here. So I think I'm going to use this one, just because it looks a little bare. So I'm going to put this one, right about, different plants, yes, right about here. Let's see. I think it's going to go up into the writing a little bit. Oops. I think I'm going to put it down this far. It's going to cut off some of the one plant, but if I put it up too much farther, I think I would lose some writing space. So let me just trim this off. All right, so I think that's going to finish my page. I'm pretty satisfied with how it has turned out. This particular page is going to go in my my personal catch-all. And I just knocked a bunch of things off my desk. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here. And this is where I'll reference it each time that I need. Oops, my little tab came off. I think I need to put a little bit extra stickiness on this tab. It always moves around on me. But anyhow, it's going to go back here in my extra pages, and I'm just going to set it back here. And then I think that that pretty much finishes my project. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. I do like how it gives me a bird's eye view of what I need to get done, while also, I'm just getting this in frame for you, while also helping me stay on track, and then I'll just check things off as I do them. And I love all the green from the sticker book. I'm telling you, you definitely want to pick up some of her Live Love Posh stickers because they're just amazing. I love that they're clear. I love the beautiful colors in them. And I'll be putting in another order myself because there are some more I do want. So for any of the markers and other accessories that I've used or supplies, you can find those on the blog at behindthedesigns.blog. And it'll be under the Hello menu drop-down menu for Shop My Posts. And then you can just use the quick menu at the top to kind of go where you need to go in the page. But I love this. I love how it turned out. So I hope you enjoyed creating this with me today. And I hope I've inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plan at a time, one page at a time, one journal page at a time. And thank you for watching.